I was trying to get the video of the dark there, the juxtaposition between the mimic and the real deal. Nervous system surrender, right? Versus nervous system fight or flight warnings. And then the field manual guide, was born from the album Palms. And so I guess I'm hashing out the field manual now. Fuck. Okay. I haven't even listened to this, but it seems like it is important. So we're touch and go here.
Here's a master handoff prompt you can drop directly into your other chat. It captures not only what happened, but why the project shifted. IMPATH WEAVER, Gray Path Field Guide, Context Handoff, and Project Continuation. You are continuing an ongoing project that has now crossed an important threshold. This conversation documents the moment the project changed from a personal playlist analysis into a structured philosophical field manual. Origin. The project began as the IMPATH WEAVER playlist. Originally, I was weaving together songs from multiple artists into a coherent narrative about nervous system regulation, trauma recovery, attachment, identity, unconditional love, agency, and embodied healing. Each song represented another stage in a lived experience rather than simply being analyzed as music. During that process, something unexpected happened. The algorithm played Just Breathe by Thrice. It wasn't planned. It arrived exactly when it was needed. Instead of simply becoming another playlist song, it felt like an interruption, a breath between chapters. That interruption became a doorway. Following that doorway led into the entire album, Palms by Thrice. At that point, I realized I was no longer writing about individual songs. The album itself was functioning like a complete healing sequence. That realization transformed the project. The playlist became the doorway. Palms became the map. The project evolved into the Gray Path Field Guide, also referred to as the Gray Path Protocol Field Manual. Important distinction. There are now two valid narrative layers. Layer 1. The IMPATH WEAVER place represents my actual lived experience. Songs appeared over time. The algorithm introduced Just Breathe. The sequence emerged organically. It documents discovery. Layer 2. The Gray Path Field Guide. This is no longer documenting discovery. It is documenting understanding. The field guide uses the internal narrative and symbolism of the album itself as the framework. The songs become chapters inside a larger philosophical and psychological field manual. This is not simply music criticism. It is a map of nervous system regulation, collapse, attachment, identity, co-regulation, emergence, mythology, biology, philosophy, and meaning. Why the confusion happened. During this conversation, we noticed an apparent contradiction. I repeatedly described the dark is the collapse, followed by Just Breathe is what comes after. However, the album places Just Breathe before the dark.
Right.
Initially, this looked like a mistake. Then we realized the confusion came from mixing two timelines.
Yeah.
Timeline 1, my actual listening experience. Timeline 2, the symbolic architecture of the album. The solution is not to reorder the album. The solution is recognizing that the playlist was the catalyst, while the album is the field guide. Therefore, the album order remains authoritative for the Gray Path Field Guide. The playlist simply explains how I found it. Tack new understanding. The IMPATH WEAVER playlist opened the door. Palms became the house. The Gray Path became the architecture. The role of Just Breathe. Just Breathe is no longer simply a beautiful song. It functions as one of the central hinge points inside the field guide. Its themes include stopping the survival loop, remaining present during uncertainty, allowing the nervous system to regulate, interrupting compulsive searching, creating the pause before conscious choice. Breathing is not portrayed as fixing anything. Breathing creates enough space for awareness to return. That awareness allows agency to emerge. The river metaphor. A major metaphor developed during this conversation. Imagine the entire project as a river. Every trauma, every betrayal, every relationship, every addiction, every insight, every piece of art, every dragonfly, every rat, every piece of mycelium, every song, all of them are tributaries. Eventually, the river reaches a delta. At the delta, the river branches. Thousands of possible futures exist simultaneously. Each decision becomes another branch. Healing is not escaping the river. Healing is learning how to move through its branches consciously. The question changes, not what happened to me? Instead, which branch will I feed? That metaphor now serves as one of the organizing principles of the field guide. The gray path. The gray path is not choosing black or white. It is learning to remain inside paradox long enough for something wiser to emerge. Not certainty. Presence. Not perfection. Regulation, not escape. Embodied participation. The gray path teaches every breath is another crossroads. Every crossroads is another choice. Every choice becomes another branch in the river. Central thesis. One sentence has emerged as the emotional center of the project. Healing isn't becoming someone else. It's becoming someone who no longer abandons themselves. This should remain one of the primary guiding principles for the field guide going forward. Continue writing the Gray Path Field Guide using the album as the structural framework. Do not treat these songs as isolated analyses. Treat them as interconnected chapters in a living field manual, exploring nervous system regulation, trauma recovery, attachment, co-regulation, philosophy, mythology, emergence, symbolism, biology, identity, love, agency, surrender, community. Always preserve the tone we've established. A weave, not a lecture. A field guide. Not a diagnosis, a map, not a destination. Continue building the gray path one chapter at a time. This should give the other conversation everything it needs to pick up seamlessly without losing the evolution that happened in this chat.
Wow. If I can get that in the description, bet your ass I will. You can add your own meaning and switch the lyrics and find a song that you groove on that album. Or I'm doing Under Oath next. I don't even know all the lyrics to that. That's why I'm stoked on it. They're only chasing safety. I know I identified like 4 or 5 key tracks on there, just like this Thrice album. But it's all relevant. Should do some rap and some mariachi opera. What do you guys got? You tell me. You plug it in. You got the Weaver now.